Center on the campus of California University of Pennsylvania for CalU women's basketball action as the CalU Vulcans take on the IUP Crimson Hawks. Hello and welcome to the broadcast. I'm Anthony D'Agostino, and alongside me today is Stephen Ruffing. And Steve, so good to be back here on the call for some divisional matchups, but also these are top-ranked teams in the country.
Yeah, they are. And before we get started, welcome back. You know, I've been back here a few times, been going home to here, but welcome back. It's good to have you back. But yeah, this is going to be a great game. This is probably going to be the most important game of these two team seasons.
Definitely. California ranked number 14 in the country. IUP ranked number 2. Steve, the last game for California, it was at Seton Hill. A very tough place to play. Gary was there by himself on the radio, but California was up 10. They lost.
Yeah, so they're up 10 in the going to the fourth. It's a tough place, very small place. It gets loud there. That's the biggest thing. It gets loud, gets in your heads. But California, they suffered a 64-58 point loss to Seton Hill. That's a tough loss for them. They went from ranked number 10 to ranked number 14 just because of that really tough loss. It's a shame that they did, but again, Seton Hill's a tough place to play. All kudos to them.
For IUP, they were ranked number 3 in the country before Monday. This Saturday, they went to Edinburgh for a game, and it was a very tough game, but IUP came away with the victory.
They came away with a 74-68 victory over this really good Edinburgh team, especially playing at Edinburgh. You know, a lot of things were in Edinburgh's favor, but IUP showing that they were the better team up there, coming away with a strong victory.
Yeah, Steve, and we're going to take a look at the starters now for these two teams. For California, Steve, break it down.
We have number 1, Bianca Jasper. She's been taking that point guard position. She's been commanding this Vulcans offense. She's doing such a great job as well. Number 2, Abby Sporio, putting up some decent numbers. She's just a hard-working, defensive-minded specialist player. Shatara Parsons, who's been outstanding. Mia Couchon, who's had some breakout games so far over this break. And, of course, Gina Valacorsa, the threat from beyond the arc. For the
IUP Crimson Hawks, number 4, the junior 6'4", Brittany Robinson. Number 5, the 5'5" junior guard, Carolyn Appleby. Number 23, the senior 5'7" guard, Hallie Denman. Number 24, the redshirt junior 5'9" guard, Lauren Wolosik. And number 42, the senior 6-foot guard forward, Megan Smith, as California wins the tip-off. And they will be moving left to right on your radio dials as Mia Couchon inside, and a foul call here on Megan Smith. That is the first team foul for IUP. Steve, we mentioned that IUP, it was a very tough win against Edinburgh. That was their closest victory for the Crimson Hawks since edging Bowie State 61-54 back on December 7th.
And you know what? A game like that, an exciting game, an emotional game coming into California. It's going to be tough for the Crimson Hawks to compete in the Convocation Center.
Mia Couchon working inside, gets her shot up, but does not get it to fall. Abby Sporter gets the rebound. Shot clock does not reset. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Now Jasper working inside. Tough shot is up and good as she was going up on Carolyn Appleby.
Bianca Jasper, she can do a lot, and that's just a small portion of what she can do. She drives through that lane, she puts her shoulders down, and then she puts up a shot, and that's good for 2.
And she's a freshman guard out of Middletown, PA. Kind of looks a little like Mickey Glenn as this passes inside to Brittany Robinson, who puts up a shot from the low post.
And that's what you get from Brittany Robinson. Some height under the basket, and there you go. She puts up 2.
Brittany Robinson out of the Central Dauphin East in Eastern PA. As Couchon to Shatara Parsons, near side baseline. Gets it back to Couchon. Long jumper up, no good off the rim, and it's rebounded by Hallie Denman.
And those are shots that Couchon has made multiple times in the past. Of course, she still needs to find her rhythm, but I wouldn't be surprised to see more shots from there.
Appleby taken to the rack, and she gets fouled by Gina Valacorsa, and she will go to the line to shoot 2.
And that's one thing California, they need to watch. You know, it almost came back to bite them a few games, but that foul trouble. Don't get in foul trouble. These early fouls can hurt you throughout the game.
Appleby with her first. That is good. Carolyn Appleby averaging 83.3% from the free throw line this season. She makes her way to the basket, and it's just so hard not to foul her as she goes up for the shot, but she makes her second one.
Yeah, she's a tough worker. I mean, she's a tough player to play against, and she'll drive, she'll draw that contact, and she will draw those fouls.
The shot up, no good. Rebounded there by Brittany Robinson, and up comes the Crimson Hawks with Carolyn Appleby. Appleby working on Abby Sporio here. That pass is tipped and goes right to Shatara Parsons, who hands it off to Bianca Jasper. Jasper setting up the offense, top of the arc. Working near side and passes it off to Mia Kushan. Now inside of Valacorsa, a shot blocked by Brittany Robinson. Goes out of bounds with 16 seconds on the shot clock. 7:57 left to go in the first. IUP up 4-2. Shatara Parsons in the paint. Puts up a tough shot, and that one falls in as she was going up against Megan Smith.
Shatara Parsons, she makes the impossible shots possible. She puts up another one there, contested shot, puts it in. She got another 2 points.
Tie ball game, 4-4. That shot up and good by Brittany Robinson as she drove the baseline. Abby Sporia with a nice move there, gets it across the court for a three by Valacorsa. That one's off the inside of the iron, and it will be picked up there by IUP, and up comes Carolyn Appleby. Appleby doing it herself. Shot blocked by Parsons, and she gets the ball midair up the court now to Kushan, and Kushan with a beautiful layup ties it up 6-6.
And that's the California defense getting those points off the transition. That shows the height difference. The 5'5" Appleby getting blocked by that 6-foot Shatara Parsons, and there you go. California turned that into 2 points.
IUP with it now. Brittany Robinson inside pass, bounces it over. Now Megan Smith. Three-pointer up is no good. Rebounded by Gina Valacorsa. And up come the California Vulcans with 6:45 left to go in the first quarter. Kushan near side, top of the three-point arc, goes over now to Abby Sporio. Back over to Kushan. As Kushan waits. Now over to Abby Sporio once again. Abby Sporio driving, kicks it out now to Jasper. Jasper driving in. Tough shot off the backboard, no good. Rebounded there by Brittany Robinson. Up comes the Crimson Hawks. Hallie Denman bounces it off to Megan Smith. Excuse me, now Megan Smith has it. And her three-pointer misses everything. Gina Valacorsa picks it up. Robinson splits two defenders. Now kicks it out. Inside to Shatara Parsons. Parsons puts up a shot, no good, but she is fouled on the play as she was going up. And it is on Brittany Robinson. Her first team second. Parsons to the line to shoot two.
And when Parsons gets that ball in the paint, get ready to draw contact some way, somehow. She will go straight at you and try to put up a shot right there. She just got hung up. She got called for the foul. She went to the line, missed her first shot. But that's what you get out of Shatara Parsons, just hard work and hustle inside the paint.
Parsons averaging 78.6% from the free throw line, still tied up. 5:59 to go in the first quarter as Parsons takes her second and misses that one as well. DJ Hahn will tip it out of bounds.
In a game like this, Anthony, free points like that, you got to get those 2 points. Of course, Shatara Parsons, shooting about 70% from the free throw line. Got to ask more.
California as a whole only shooting 68.3% from the free throw line, so not a great total there as they travel there up and down goes Lauren Wolosik.
California, they have a chance here to get back those 2 points after that traveling call. So I guess all in all, it kind of worked out in California's favor.
As Bianca Jasper will take it over the half-court line. Bounces it to DJ Hahn. Hahn working inside to Parsons. Parsons in the lane. Tough shot, and it's no good. She was going up against two defenders. No fouls called either as Hallie Denman works up now. Taking it herself. Shot up and good as she went right past DJ Hahn.
Yeah, just blew past DJ Hahn. I don't think DJ Hahn had her feet set. Just let the player run right past her and get 2 points.
Bianca Jasper to set the offense from the point. Over now to Sporio, far side, driving in baseline. Shot blocked, but a foul called here. And this one, I think, is on number 24, Lauren Wolosik.
And that's surprising from up here, from our view, Anthony. It looked like that was all ball. Tough call from the referee there. It was kind of one of those 50-50 calls. And in the end, Sporio is going to shoot for 2.
And will miss her first off the front of the rim. Abby Sporio, not great from the free throw line. She's only 47.1% from the free throw line, and she misses her second one off the front of the rim as well.
And that's 4 points right now, Anthony. California, instead of being down by 2, here we go, Sporio. gets that ball. What I was saying was instead of being down by 2, now it's tied. It could be a 10-8 lead in favor of California, but that's when you just break it down. Of course, it's early on in the game.
Sporio stole the inbounds pass, and she was home 3 for an easy layup to tie it up 8-8. Under 5 here, 4:45 to go in the first quarter. IUP here with Megan Smith near side, top of the three-point arc. Goes over to Wolosik. Over to Appleby. Three-pointer up and good for Carolyn Appleby. 34.7% from the three-point arc. She does not miss much.
And you know what? That just shows how good she was. There's not much you can do against that. Abby Sporia was in her face, and she just puts up a desperation shot from that far corner and nails it.
IUP, the best three-point shooting team in the conference. Mia Kushan over to Abby Sporio. Now Kushan near side. Goes inside for a two-pointer, and that one is good.
And I told you, Kushan, she's going to shoot a lot right from that area, whether it's a long 2 or a jumper right outside the paint. She is hot from there, and she will nail it if she gets open space.
Appleby bounced it inside, and a travel call there as Hallie Denman could not control the pass cleanly. And we will take a timeout. 3:59 to go here in the first quarter. IUP up 11-10. Steve, we're going to keep it here. You're going to take a look now at the tail of the tape.
Yeah, Anthony, we're going to take a look at these two teams matching up. Right now, you see it's very close, but on the tail of the tape here, points per game, California, a very defensive-minded team, averaging about 70.5 points compared to IUP's 79. But IUP, very strong on defense, only allowing about 53.1 points allowed per game compared to California's 57.6. But you know what? That three-point percentage really stands out to me. 38.7 is what IUP is shooting from beyond the arc. California, they don't shoot many threes. They're shooting 27.4%, very close in the shooting from the field. 47.5 for IUP, 43.8. But those steals per game as well. California, they love their defense. 14.5 steals per game and 11.5 averaging for IUP. So look at this tail of the tape. These two teams are very, very close in power between the two.
The one thing that separates them, Steve, you mentioned the three-point shooting percentage here. California needs to make sure they close out on those three-point shooters for IUP. IUP, like you said, averaging 38.7% from the three-point line. Only California, 27.4%. And we've seen California get burned a few times on the three-point arc line.
And you know what? And it comes down to basically just one person shooting the threes on the court at a time. It's very rare you see a DJ Hahn or a Gina Valacorsa on the court at the same time. So when it comes down to it, California really only has one three-point threat out on the court all the time. They like to work the ball into the paint, get those nitty-gritty points, and then just hold off defensively.
For IUP, their three-point shooters, Carolyn Appleby, 34.7%. She made one today. So far, Megan Smith hasn't shot one, but she's like the best. 47.8% from the three-point line is Megan Smith. As DJ Hahn for California now to Jasper. Back over to DJ Hahn at the point. Bounces to Jasper, fakes a three, drives inside a little, and it goes to Sporio. Working here with 5 on the shot clock. Parsons taking it herself. Too strong on the shot, misses the rim. Off the backboard, goes to Lauren Wolosik. Appleby up the court now. Over to Mara Deanna, who is in the game now. Megan Smith now getting double teamed. Throws it across the court to Appleby, and it goes out of bounds over Appleby's head. Appleby only 5'5". She needed to be about 6 foot to catch that one.
But it all came from that double team from Abby Sporio and DJ Hahn. They're really pressuring the heck out of the IUP player, and then she just forced that pass to Appleby and just skies over the head into the California bench.
Now California on offense here. DJ Hahn working in the paint. Jump shot there, no good. Off the rim, tips it, and it's keep getting tipped, and Shatara Parsons will pick it back up. And Bianca Jasper will settle things down here. IUP in a 2-3 zone. Jasper to Sporio, over to DJ Hahn. Three-pointer up is no good. DJ Hahn falls down, but no call there on Audrey Stapleton. And IUP gets the ball back with Carolyn Appleby up the court. Over now to Wolosik. As Appleby far side, top of the three-point arc, inside now to Deanna. Deanna shot no good, misses the rim, and Shatara Parsons picks it up. Sporio gets the ball, and a missed shot there. Rebounded there by Carolyn Appleby. Up come IUP. Stapleton, near side. That pass is tipped there, and a foul call on Shatera Parsons as she was trying to swat that ball away from Carolyn Appleby.
And Appleby had that ball right at the line there, and Shatera Parsons comes flying in, tries to get that on the left side, comes in, tries to get that steal, slaps the hand, gets some contact. It was a good defensive play up to that point from Parsons.
Under 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Megan Smith for the Crimson Hawks. Working there on Kushan. Megan Smith jumper is no good. Tipped and rebounded there by DJ Hahn. Abby Sporio aided that rebound. Now Bianca Jasper. Thought about driving in, then takes it back out. Bounced it over to Abby Sporio. Jasper for the long three. That one's up and good. And California takes the lead by 2, 13-11 with 1:25 to go in the first.
And that's something that's very rare from Bianca Jasper. You know, getting the aim and firing her shot. And she just nailed that three, giving California the lead.
Only 20.6% from the three-point arc is Jasper, as a foul call here again. Shatera Parsons trying to get the ball, but she dives in, and that's not allowed. That's her second. Crowd does not like that call, but it's the right one.
Seeing Appleby trying to shake off some bumps and bruises from there. She went flying into the stands after Shatera Parsons came in launching like a missile to get that ball, but ended up drawing the foul in the end.
Mara Deanna over to Appleby. Guarded by Abby Sporio, working on her. Spin move there in the paint, gets it out for a three-pointer. That's up and good for number 23, Hallie Denman.
And Denman, she just locks and she's loaded. She fires a shot, answers Jasper's shot to answer again for 3 points.
IUP up by 1, 14-13, 45 seconds left in the first. Abby Sporio over to DJ Hahn. Three-pointer is up, and it is good. We are raining threes now as California takes the lead by 2 once again.
And, you know, just like that, this game can turn into a Wild West shootout in the blink of an eye, and it has been three three-pointers in a row now for both teams.
Pistol Pete here in California today, as Appleby working here on Sporio, getting bumped around as she goes to Megan Smith. 6 seconds, spin move, shot up, no good, and a foul called here, and a charging call on Megan Smith with 4 seconds on the shot clock.
Megan Smith, she tries to get jiggy with it inside the paint, makes the spin move, and draws the contact on DJ Hahn. DJ Hahn had her feet set, draws that contact. She goes flying backwards. How many times have we seen DJ Hahn set her feet like that and get that contact? It's a hustle play from DJ Hahn.
And definitely, as to under 10 seconds, California can hold for the last shot. Now 5. Jasper working here, has to put up a shot. It is up, and it is no good, and that will be the end of the first quarter. California up on the number 2 team in the country, the IUP Crimson Hawks, 16-14. We'll be back with the second quarter here on the Vulcan Sports Radio Network and the PSAC Network.
Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference.
Oh, what a play!
18 universities.
How competitive is this?
23 championships.
It's over. We have new PSAC champs.
7,100 student athletes. Make the PSAC yours.
My PSAC is passion.
My PSAC is pride.
PSAC is Pennsylvania.
Passion, pride, Pennsylvania. The Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference.
And we are back at the Convocation Center here on the campus of California University of Pennsylvania. Big shout out there to Jenny Morrison, the assistant athletic director, I believe. And she is watching from an NCAA conference there. So happy to have people watching here on the PSAC network. As we are back to action here, IUP will take over here, down by 2. for the number 14 team in the country. Hallie Denman to Carolyn Appleby as we're underway here in the second quarter. Appleby there to Wolosik, and she loses the ball. Mia Kushan running after it, and it's picked up by Abby Sporio. Good hustle there by the Vulcans, Steve.
Yeah, and early on, it's looking like California's defense is a bit too much so far early on in the game.
DJ Hahn now for California over near side to Bianca Jasper, who goes over to Gina Valacorsa. Loses the ball, gets it out, and goes right to Carolyn Appleby. She was trying to save it from going out of bounds. Now Wolosik near side, top of the three-point arc, goes over to Carolyn Appleby. Back to Wolosik as she drives inside. Hits a wall of defenders and kicks it out to Appleby. Now to Denman. Worked on there by Gina Valacorsa. Goes over now to Appleby. Now Wolosik as they work inside. Kicks it out. Wide open shot there is up and no good. Rims out, and it's rebounded there by Brittany Robinson. Now a three-pointer up, no good. Picked up there, and a foul called here on IUP. And this is Audrey Stapleton's first foul.
And you know what, Anthony, look how well IUP worked that ball around to get an open shooter. But it doesn't matter if you have an open shooter if they can't hit those threes, and that could really hurt IUP later on in the game. That's 6 points right there. IUP let slip right through their hands. DJ
Hahn for two. That one's no good. Rebounded there and out of bounds. Almost picked up by IUP, but goes out of bounds off of California. But Steve, that was great ball by IUP, and California was doing well defensively, but then they left open a wide open shooter, and that's also dangerous for California because IUP, the best three-point shooting team in the conference.
Yeah, and you're lucky they were just cold for that little run of things, so you can't let that happen this whole game, of course.
Appleby with it now, driving inside, gets it out, and a charging foul call here on Appleby as she helps DJ Hahn up off the court. She knew DJ Hahn was there, so she couldn't take a shot, so she tried to pass it out, which she got the pass up, but her momentum took her right into DJ Hahn, who was waiting right there for that charge.
Right into DJ Hahn, and that's just such a hustle play from DJ Hahn, setting those feet. You know, it's not an easy thing to do, but that's two calls that DJ Hahn got from that from setting her feet and getting the charge.
As Jasper over to Kushan. Kushan near side two-pointer off the rim and backboard, rebounded there by Hallie Denman, and up comes Denman herself. Over now, back to Denman, as Appleby with it, guarded by Sporio. Appleby, far side, gets it over to Wolosik. Now comes near side, passes it off to Stapleton. Stapleton shot up, no good off the front of the iron, and it's rebounded by DJ Hahn. Headlong pass to Kushan. Kushan, good move there, tipped, and a travel. That ball was tipped. I don't know if that can be called a travel if it was tipped by the defender.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the rest thought that she just lost control of that ball and just picked it back up, but I did see some contact there. Either way, California not going to get a chance to extend the lead on this run.
7:30 to go in the second quarter. Carolyn Appleby coming near side. DJ Hahn playing some good defense there on Brittany Robinson as she passes it off to Wolosik, and Wolosik runs into Gina Valacorsa, loses the ball to her, and Jasper will take it over the half-court line. Over near side to Sporio, now Gina Valacorsa. Over to DJ Hahn. IUP now in man coverage as Sporio puts up a tough shot. That one's no good. Rebounded there by Robinson.
Tough shot there from Sporio. She couldn't get the land.
Wolosik out to Smith. Smith driving in, and a walk there on Megan Smith before she could get that pass off.
You know what? From both sides, a little sloppy start to this game. Multiple traveling calls. So both teams looking to clean it up in the second half.
Abby Sporio is going to head down the tunnel there to the locker room, it looks like. Not sure what happened with her, but Natalia Casals will check in, the redshirt sophomore out of Grenollers, Spain. As Valacorsa, no-look pass to Kushan. Kushan, a long two, is up and good. Nothing but net there.
And, just from that area, from this near side over here, Kushan is lights out. Just short of that three-point arc, but from our view, that shot was money. Second, it went off Kushan's fingertips.
Yeah, we are at a perfect vantage point to see that one in the net there. As Robinson's shot is up and good. A little late coming in there was the California defense as she was in that restricted area with the shot.
Yeah, she was left by herself in a height from Robinson. You can't leave her by herself right under that basket. She'll kill you under there.
Kushan driving in, misses the layup, and it gets rebounded there by Hallie Denman. A 3-on-2 for IUP. Wolosik, as they will reset the offense. Megan Smith working now. Inside, Robinson's shot is good as it bounces in. We're tied again, 18 all. 5:42 to go in the second quarter.
Again, DJ Hahn came in late to defend Robinson on that play. She's getting wide open under that basket, and that's all from working the ball around outside the perimeter, finally getting it under the basket to Robinson. She gets another 2 points that way.
Mia Kushan over to Valacorsa. Long three up, no good off the rim, rebounded by Appleby. Megan Smith, and a blocking foul called on Valacorsa. She had her feet completely set.
And,
that's different.
But, I could see where the blocking foul, because it could have been that split second where Valacorsa was just getting over there to get in the way of the IUP player. But blocking foul, maybe it wasn't the right call, maybe it was. But either way, Valacorsa called on the blocking.
Abby Sporio about to check in here. Back from her trip to the locker room there as the shot from Robinson goes in. IUP retakes the lead 20-18.
Robinson's now in double digits, and that's just all getting hard work in the paint from Robinson, California, letting her slip right through their hands.
Parsons lost it there, but Jasper for a three up and good. The banks are open. California leads 21-20.
And Bianca Jasper showing that she can shoot the ball wide open from that point right beyond the three-point arc all by herself. Hits it off the backboard and in for a three.
Appleby with it now for the Crimson Hawks. Working there as she falls. And DJ Hahn picks it up and gets it off here. It's a 2-on-1. Mia Kushan with Shatara Parsons. Bounces it to Parsons. Parsons loses the ball. Hallie Denman with great defense there.
And you know what? I think Kushan could have, got that herself, but unselfish play. Turns out no points.
Robinson had DJ Hahn beat there and got the pass above her head and was able to put it up for two. IUP up by 1, 22-21. DJ Hahn near side. Now over to Casals. Jasper inside Casals. Casals traveling there as she thought about passing it out, but will not. As we're going to have our media timeout, California down 22-21. As Steve, we're going to take a look now at the California team leaders.
And this team, look at that, heavily based around Shatara Parsons, leading in scoring, rebounds, steals, and minutes per game. Only one that she isn't is those assists. Natalia Casals putting up 43 assists. Contributing to this team in a pretty big way is Casals when she gets into the game. Now let's take a look, Anthony, at IUP's team leaders. You see Smith up there. This one is all over the place. Wolosik, is up there with assists and minutes per game. 75 assists for her, 30.4 averaging minutes per game. Smith, 18.2 is averaging points. Robinson, rebound, 7.1. She's tall. She has that height. She can kill you underneath the basket. And then Denman with steals, 39 steals for Denman so far this season.
Looking at the stats so far today, as you see Blaze there on the screen, he's here, which is great to see. Not many free throws being shot today. IUP perfect. They're 2 for 2. California hasn't made one yet. They're 0 for 4. Both teams shooting have made 9 field goals. IUP 9 of 17. California 9 of 26, Steve. If California makes more of those shots, they're leading by much more.
Absolutely. And that's just, simple. In layman's term, yes, that's exactly what it is. If they can just capitalize from shooting from the field, they're right back into this game.
IUP also already with 11 turnovers. California with 6 points off of those 11 turnovers. Robinson working there on DJ Hahn. As we're back to action here, Megan Smith fakes a three, drives in, passes it out. Next, Lexi Griggs passes it off. That is blocked there by DJ Hahn as she was trying to pass it to Robinson. And Jasper working in through the defense and misses the layup.
That would have been pretty there. Bianca Jasper just cuts through the defense, left, right, boom, she's at the basket, can't finish off her shot.
And those you just have to make there. When you're all alone to the basket after a great move, you just got to put it in there. Megan Smith hands it off to Robinson. Inside, back to Smith on a great backdoor cut there. And it's a 24-21 lead for the Crimson Hawks. Jasper to Sporio, near side. Over now to Kushan. Now far side to DJ Hahn. Hahn getting blocked off there by Megan Smith as Shatara Parsons drives in, loses it, and a travel call there on Shatara Parsons.
Another one. Sloppy first half from both sides. 24-21, low-scoring game. It has to be cleaner for both sides in the second half. It has to be, all around the court. So just tighten things up.
Appleby working there on Sporio. Over now to Robinson. Inside on a beautiful play, and Lauren Walasa gets it now. As Denman, her shot is up, no good. Rebounded there by Sporio. Parsons down the court. She picks up the ball and puts up a layup, and that is up and good.
And for a split second there, I thought she was going to be tested a little more by Lauren Wolosik, but Shatara Parsons ends up getting the ball right past her. Clean layup from her.
Lexi Griggs near side gets it to Brittany Robinson. Robinson working on Sporio there. As Robinson's shot up and good over top of Abby Sporio.
And right now, Brittany Robinson is taking over this game. She has 14 points now, just working that ball inside. She's such a threat down low.
She's got that 3-inch difference there on Abby Sporio, and that helped a little there to get that shot over top. As Parsons gets it off to Sporio, that one is tipped. And no, they're going to call it a backcourt violation.
And in a situation like that, it's crucial to not give these unforced turnovers back to IUP. And in a situation like that, it's something that could have been avoided.
Ball definitely looked tipped, which would mean it wouldn't be backcourt violation, but head referee Ken McLean didn't see the tip and called the backcourt violation. As Denman gets off to Robinson, wide open there in the post, and puts it up for two.
And 16 for Robinson. Right now, she's taking over this game, and right now, it doesn't look like California has an answer to her.
DJ Hahn now over to Abby Sporio. IUP up by 5. DJ Hahn shot no good. Rebounded by Lexi Griggs. The 5'10 guard forward out of Pittsburgh, PA. Bounces it off to Wolosik, and Robinson gets it now. Her shot up, and it is no good.
That's
rebounded there. California with under a minute to go here. Jasper over to Sporio. Far side with it is Sporio. Over now DJ Hahn. Three-pointer up and good. DJ Hahn makes it a 2-point game.
And that's a very, very important three going into the second half. DJ Hahn cutting this lead to 2 just before the second half.
1 second difference between shot clock and game clock. IUP can basically hold for the last shot if they wish. Appleby working on Sporio there, backs it up towards the half-court line, 10 seconds to go in the shot clock. Sporio steals it, and there is a foul called here on IUP. It is on Carolyn Appleby, her first.
For a second, I thought...
Actually, that's her second, my apologies.
For a second, I thought Sporio was going to get called for a traveling violation.
I did too.
She started sliding on her knees, but just before that, I guess there was a foul called.
5 seconds here. Now one shot up is no good, and this is everything. And California will go into the locker room at halftime, only down by 2 to the number 2 team in the country. Steve, what do California have to do to get back in this game and win it?
Get those shots off. Get those shots to fall from the field. I mean, those numbers were brutal for California. Clean things up. Get those shots. Don't force anything that doesn't need to be forced, and you get right back into this game. put some points on the board.
We're going to take a break for halftime. We'll be back with the second half action between these two top-ranked opponents. IUP number 2, California number 14. We'll be back with more women's basketball action here from the Convocation Center on the Vulcan Sports Radio Network and CUTV and the PSAC Network.
Dylan, what's wrong, man?
I just don't know how my family back home in Buchanan, West Virginia can watch our stuff up here.
They can follow us on Twitter, or they can like us on Facebook.
That's awesome. What about our sports? How can they watch that?
They could watch it live right on our YouTube channel.
Awesome, man. Thanks.
You're welcome.
And welcome back to the Convocation Center here on the campus of California, University of Pennsylvania. As California, the number 14 team in the country, trails to the number 2 team in the country, IUP 28-26. Hello, welcome to the broadcast. I'm Anthony D'Agostino. Alongside me is Stephen Ruffing. And Steve, a very sloppy first half, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely. We talked about it as the first 2 quarters went along. A lot of traveling calls, a lot of missed shots. California, 11 from 31 from the field. You know, it could have been better, but still, California buckled down on defense. They held IUP to only 28 points. They only trailed by 2. Sloppy first half from both sides, but if California, if they can clean it up, they have a chance to come away with a win. And you know what? IUP, if they keep things moving like they did at the end of the second quarter, they have a really good chance of running away with this as long as you can contain Brittany Robinson.
California also not happy with the officiating this past half as well. They felt like calls were not going their way, Steve, but that's something you just kind of got to fight through with and play your best basketball.
Yeah, you know, no good team has ever not had to fight against adversity, and this something that California has had to fight against for a long time and a lot, and unfortunately they had to, but every time they usually come away with it, and they're not they're very familiar with battling adversity as they are in this game against IUP now.
One big adversity they had coming into the season, finding out that they didn't have Sierra Barrett this year due to an injury. And they've been playing pretty well without her this year. Kind of surprising probably a few people, but California just trying to play their best basketball they can this season. As Jasper with an out for California as we start the second half. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Mia Kushan working and then loses the ball there. Lauren Wolosick gets it to Appleby. Guarded there by Jasper. Appleby flips it off to Megan Smith. Smith back to Appleby. Appleby driving. Passes it off. Wolosick three-pointer up, and it is no good. And it is out of bounds off of Brittany Robinson.
Again, from our vantage point, that shot from Wolosick, it looked money. Just spun around that hoop and ended up falling out. And somehow California come away with the ball as IUP touched that one right before it went out of bounds.
Almost looked like California tipped it out of bounds too, but they're saying Brittany Robinson got up to tip it out of bounds and scored still 28-26 after a minute has elapsed. Shatara Parsons goes up and travels. Unforced turnovers coming still for the Vulcans.
Yep, absolutely. It's something you got to clean up. You know, it doesn't have to do with coaching. It has to come with the players on the court. They just have to clean it up. That's all.
Appleby working down Sporio, passes it off to Robinson. Robinson guarded there by Parsons. That shot up, no good. Tipped and rebounded by Parsons as she shoved Jasper out of the way going up for the ball. Jasper bounces it off far side to Kushan. California working right to left on your radio dials now as we've switched sides. Kushan long two up, no good off the back of the iron. Rebounded by Hallie Denman, and up comes Appleby now. Appleby loses the ball there. Almost would have been called for a carry as well as it got away from her.
Yeah, and that all came from that missed shot from Mia Kushan. You know, they're getting the opportunities. Now they just need these shots to fall, and that's on them. That's on the players on the court. So Mia Kushan, she usually makes those shots. Now she just has to, again, just find her rhythm once again coming back into this half.
Kushan back far side. And she works inside for a two-pointer. No good. Tipped by Valacorsa. Picked up by Jasper as a shot clock reset. Mia Kushan works it now far side. Over now to Abby Sporio. Back to Kushan. Behind her back, but she's able to corral it. And a foul called here by Brittany Robinson as she reached in to try to grab the ball from Kushan. And that's a foul every time.
Absolutely. Brittany Robinson, she's going to be called for her second. And that's something, just keep going after her. Try to make her draw those fouls.
As it is now picked up by IUP. Hallie Denman working up the court. And that one is going to go to Lauren Wolosik and will step out of bounds. Lauren Wolosik, 5'9", and she needed every bit of that 5'9" height there to get that pass.
Yeah, you're not kidding. That one was headed for the third row. She just got up, brings it down. As she was coming down, stepped right out of bounds, right in front of her own bench. That could have been, that was a close one. Definitely a close call.
In front of longtime head coach Tom McConnell, as that ball out of bounds off of IUP could have been called a kick ball as well, but they're just going to call it out of bounds. As Brittany Jasper to Shatara Parsons, she will hand it back off to Jasper. Jasper setting up the offense. As she works behind the double screen of Parsons and Valacorsa. Now Sporio, baseline, has nowhere to go and goes out to Jasper. 5 on the shot clock. Jasper over to Kushan. Kushan driving. Shot up good and one. A foul called here on number 4, Robinson. That is her third, team's second. California ties it 28-28. They can take the lead with this foul shot by Kushan with 7:04 in the third quarter.
And I'll tell you what, Anthony, that's not bad for the first point scored in the second half. I'll tell you that.
Definitely not if Kushan does make it the three-point play, and she gets that shot to fall. Kushan 84.1% from the foul line. She is lights out from that area. No foul called there as Jasper got run down by Hallie Denman as she was clearing space.
Yep.
Out of bounds off of California, and now IUP still with the ball.
And you know what? She had her feet set, but I think she was just trying to lean into it too much. She leaned a little to her left. Maybe that's why she didn't get called for the charge.
Turnover by IUP, unforced as they just throw it out of bounds. California will take possession here. Checking in now for the Crimson Hawks, Mara Deanna, the 6-foot sophomore out of Springfield, Virginia. She checks in for Robinson. And Steve, something to note, from what I've seen this past winter break, this is one of the bigger crowds we've had.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, there's a lot of people coming back. It's, you know, we're nearing that time. Everyone's coming back. Classes start next week.
A great shot by Shatara Parsons off a rebound by a Kushan miss, and she had a tough shot there, but it falls in.
But yeah, people are starting to come back. It's good. The crowd's getting bigger and bigger.
Blocked shot there by Parsons as Megan Smith was going up, but Smith gets it right back. California was ready for a fast break, and a three-pointer there is good by Hallie Denman. It's tied up 31-31, a timeout called by Coach Tom McConnell for IUP. This is the media timeout at 6:10. California and IUP tied at 31. Steve, we're going to take a look now at the PSAC West standings. California IUP, they are not tied, but it's a battle for first place.
Yeah, it is, and it all comes from that win IUP had at Edinburgh that put California in that number 2 spot. California is also getting a big win over Edinburgh early on in the season. But yeah, those two teams battling for that first place spot. But Edinburgh, look at them, they're still competing. Seton Hill, they're still competing. Slippery Rock's still there, and then Gannon, the only team right at that spot, 5-5. So it's very competitive in the PSAC West.
And then Steve, take a look at the PSAC East standings here.
And to say the least, it's very different back over in the East Stroudsburg up there with the 8-2 record in the conference and 10-4 overall, and holding that one spot in Westchester right on their coattails. But other than that, Millersville, they're right at that third spot with a 5-6 record. If they're in the PSAC West, I mean, they'd be down on those standings, but look at them in that third spot.
Score update for you, the Westchester East Stroudsburg game. Westchester defeating East Stroudsburg right now. They're beating them 51-33 in the start of the third quarter. Slippery Rock down to Pitt Johnstown 29-23 in the third quarter. Seton Hill up 39-32 over Bloomsburg, and Mercyhurst is getting crushed by Gannon 46-21 over Mercyhurst. And Edinburgh is up 40-31 over the Clarion Golden Eagles. As California with it now, tie ball game 31-31. Abby Sporio over now to Gina Valacorsa, inside Parsons. Backdoor cut. Kushan misses it off the backboard there. Just didn't put enough on that arc.
Theo's blocked.
It might have been blocked
I think
too.
someone got a hand on it.
As Walasik near side, over now to Denman. Bounced it inside, but a travel call here on Hallie Denman. And DJ Hahn will check in for Gina Valacorsa.
Sloppy. IUP doesn't look like they cleaned it up. California called for a violation earlier as well.
Tom McConnell giving it to Hallie Denman right now on that travel call. Almost thought he was arguing with the referee, but then I saw him looking around the referee to Denman. Abby Sporio over now. Now gets it back from Bianca Jasper, who goes right back to Jasper. Back over to Abby Sporio. Working here, it's Jasper. Now DJ Hahn. 10 seconds on the shot clock. DJ Hahn, long three up and good. DJ Hahn with a dagger. 34-31, California leads.
DJ Hahn found that spot right at this near elbow. Puts a shot up from far back. Just absolutely nailed it.
Way far back there. As a shot here, no good. Rebounded by Hallie Denman. That was her own rebound there. As Megan Smith to Appleby. Working on Parsons, gets it off to Walasik, who slips and falls. Not the first time I've seen that. And Smith puts up a shot. That one's no good. Rebounded there by Griggs. And there is a foul called here on California. And Griggs will go to the line. It's on Mia Kushan, her first, team's first as well, as we have taking another media timeout with 4:46 to go here in the third quarter. California up 34-31.
Just before that foul was called, let's give some credit to Walsick. When she fell down, she kept that ball in play, dribbled, and she's lucky she didn't get called for a traveling, because she was able to keep that ball going.
There you see Cheyenne White, a member of the Student Activities Board and also a member of CUTV there, doing her work down there with sending out ice cream. Dairy Queen ice cream scream to everybody.
Send one up here.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? But it's good to see some of the students coming back there.
Yeah, see some faces come back.
Good to be back here for me too, coming back
good
from
to
out
have
east.
You back. Sure, people were getting tired of the same voices on here.
I was enjoying listening to you and Gary on the airwaves there. But back to this game here, California shooting 39 shots, only making 14 of them. That's 35.9%. IUP 13 of 28, so they've taken 11 less shots than California. They're at a 46.4% shooting percentage there from the field.
California lights out from three. Made 5 of their 8 3-pointers, shooting 62.5% from beyond the arc.
They're beating the best team in the PSAC in three-point shooting today. The best team in the PSAC shooting 30%, 3 of 10. Lexi Griggs will shoot 2. The sophomore out of the Vincentian Academy. She's 66.7% and misses that one off the back of the iron. That is the first foul shot that I believe they have missed. And she makes that one, but it doesn't look pretty. California up by 2 here, 34-32. Bianca Jasper over now, Shatara Parsons. DJ Hahn misses that pass. It goes out of bounds, luckily off of Appleby. If Appleby didn't touch it, it'd be IUP ball. As DJ Hahn was looking for Jasper, but Jasper went forward towards the basket there, and DJ Hahn wasn't expecting that one. Timeout call by DJ Hahn, a smart move there, as that 5-second violation was coming pretty quickly.
Yeah, IUP had everything covered. They were on the backs of California, and, DJ Hahn had to think on her toes. She had to call that timeout, and just kudos to her for being aware what was going on. She didn't have anything, didn't want to force anything, don't want to force a turnover in that situation. Just call that timeout.
Yeah, definitely, Steve. It would have been a turnover anyways because it was thrown out of bounds almost. But luckily for California, they maintain possession here. They burn a timeout, but in the grand scheme of things, that's probably not.
And you know
important. And they got plenty of timeouts left.
Right, and Coach Strom isn't one to call the timeouts. She lets her players work through the downs and then try to get to the ups.
Steve, an interesting fact here about IUP and California is IUP steals there. I'll mention this after this play here. Great backwards passing there as IUP can't get a shot to fall on this California ball. And plenty of opportunity there to score.
Great defense by Shatara Parsons, but Abby Sporio coming back from the NCAA logo from the opposite side of the court, coming back to defend that play and help Shatara Parsons out.
Not only that, but there might have been way too many passes from IUP back and forth about 3 times.
I think that just comes from the great defense by Shatara Parsons.
Yeah,
that pass was made, Shatara Parsons there to defend.
A foul call here, no shot as Mia Kushan was being held by Lexi Griggs, but that's the team's third. As I was mentioning, Steve, Tom McConnell, he is the only, he's with California. Shatara Parsons misses this shot, rebounded by IUP. The Vulcans are the only team on this year's schedule that IUP's Tom McConnell, head coach, has a losing record against, 2-6. And IUP and Tom McConnell does not like playing California.
No, absolutely not. California for 4 seasons now. California has won 8-2 against IUP in the last 4 seasons. And you know what? It's just unbelievable. California continues to be the thorn in Coach Tom McConnell's side.
Appleby makes that shot there to tie it up 34-34. As DJ Hahn gets her shot blocked by Lauren Wolosik out of bounds. California will have possession still. As Parsons with it in the paint gets her shot blocked, and that shot is no good. Rebounded by Sporio. That 3-pointer's up and no good. Rebounded there by Kushan. That shot's up and good. Second chance points for California right there.
California getting those boards. Big work from Mia Kushan to get that rebound, put that shot up, and get some 2 points off of rebound. And there we go.
Parsons with a steal all alone to the basket, makes it count. California up by 4, 38-34 with 2:55 to go in the third quarter. Appleby working here in the paint. Tough shot up, good off the backboard. Cuts it to 2 again.
And this is where IUP's star players shine. They love situations like this. When they're down and out, they somehow try to make it their way back. It's a back and forth game. Right now, California on top.
As Jasper bounces it and it goes out of bounds. It'll stay California ball though.
It was tipped out by Lexi Griggs. Lexi Griggs got a hand on it as that pass was right in between her and a California player. Knocks it right out of bounds. California ball.
As Abby Sporio with it now for California. 10 seconds to shoot. And up comes Sporio with 5 on the shot clock. Gets her shot up, and it is no good off the rim. Kushan, tough shot. Will be going to the line for 2.
You know, a lot has been let go throughout this game. You know, the refs have been keeping their whistles in their pockets, but right there, a lot of contact drawn on Mia Kushan. She's going to step to the line.
Kushan to shoot 2. Her first up, and it is no good. Rims out. One more shot for Kushan. Let's try to make it a 3-point game. Kushan takes her second. This one no good as well off the back of the iron. Not one to miss much, but she missed both of them there.
Easy points. Those are those free points you can't risk to lose.
As IUP now, Megan Smith over to Wolosik. Three-pointer wide open is good, and IUP takes the lead 39-38.
Just ball movement from IUP, working that ball around, and finally Megan Smith finds herself open at that far elbow, and she just makes California pay.
Parsons, free throw line jumper is good, and California retakes the lead 40-39, 1:35 to go in the third quarter. As Appleby handing it off there to Wolosik. Over to Megan Smith is tipped by Jasper and out of bounds. Appleby will inbound it for the Crimson Hawks. Over to Griggs. Handing it off to Appleby. Appleby working inside. Shot up is good as she gets the friendly roll. IUP takes the lead 41-40.
Appleby continues to impress and continues to be a threat to California. She just drives in with speed. She's such a quick player.
DJ Hahn inside to Parsons. Parsons in the paint. Shot up is good as she gets the friendly roll. California takes the lead 42-41. Under a minute to go in the third quarter. And now Megan Smith's spin move there. Tough shot, no good. Rebounded by herself. And gets that shot up and good and one if this is against California, and I believe it is. It is on Shatara Parsons, her third. IUP can go up by 2 with this three-point play.
Shatara Parsons trying to plead her case. She said she got the ball, but refs saw otherwise.
And the old-fashioned three-point play is converted as Megan Smith makes that foul shot to make it 44-42 IUP. Bianca Jasper with it now for the Vulcans. Now Mia Kushan far side at the top of the three-point arc. Inside now to Parsons. Parsons drives baseline, gets it and passes it to Lauren Wolosik. I don't know who she was looking for California. IUP can hold for the last shot. Under 20 seconds to play in the third. DJ Hahn guarding Lauren Wolosik. Wolosik on the far side of the court. Working here, handing it off to Appleby. Appleby getting a charging call there as DJ Hahn gets plowed over, and that's Appleby's third foul.
There it is. DJ Hahn setting her feet once again. 7.5 seconds left. Enough for California to get a shot off. Maybe tie this game or get the lead going into the fourth quarter, but that's huge. DJ Hahn, that's her third time she's set for a charge.
Audrey Stapleton will check in for Carolyn Appleby, and DJ Hahn doing a great job with moving with the defender there, keeping her legs moving in position with the defender so that she was in a legal guarding position. And a foul call here with 3 seconds left on IUP, sending Abby Sporio to the line. This is on number 40, Lexi Griggs. That is her third. Sporio to shoot 2.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news. California shooting 1 for 7 as a team, 14.3% from the line. Thank you, Abby Sporio.
you reverse jinxed it.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Abby Sporio makes her first, has a chance to tie it here with this foul shot. And she does not. 1 second left. No shot here as IUP will hold it. As we go into commercial break, IUP up on California by 1 point.
Going to be a wild one.
44-43. Stay tuned for the final quarter here from the Convocation Center on the Vulcan Sports Radio Network and the PSAC Network.
Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference.
Oh, what a play!
18 universities.
How competitive is this?
23 championships,
It's over. We have new PSAC champs.
7,100 student athletes. Make the PSAC yours.
My PSAC is passion.
My PSAC is pride.
PSAC is Pennsylvania.
Passion, pride, Pennsylvania. The Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference.
And welcome back to the Convocation Center here on the campus of California University of Pennsylvania. Once again, Anthony D'Agostino, Stephen Ruffing with me here. So glad you could join us here. Sorry about that on the radio end there. We were back on the radio before we were back on TV. We're doing a simulcast here on CTV, the PSAC Sports Network, and the Vulcan Sports Radio Network here on 91.9 FM, WCAL, California, Pennsylvania. And it'll be IUP ball to start the fourth quarter, Steve.
Yeah, IUP has a chance to maybe extend this lead. California also trying to stay disciplined, trying to stay tough on defense, as they've been doing pretty well all night, only down one.
As it is inbounded to Appleby here. Appleby with 3 fouls so far today. Megan Smith working here, top of the three-point arc, goes near side to Denman. And a blocking foul on Jasper, as Denman did a great job of faking where she was going.
Yep.
Had Jasper's legs all crossed up there, and she couldn't figure out where she needed to go and got run into, and that's a blocking foul.
That's exactly what happened. Jasper just tripped on her own feet and just ran into Denman.
That is Jasper's first foul, as Appleby with it now for the Crimson Hawks. Working inside the paint, shot up no good, tipped by DJ Hahn to Abby Sporio, and it is rebounded by California, and up they come. Bianca Jasper near side, now moving to the center, as it's passed off to the far side with Shatara Parsons. Parsons driving in, through 2 defenders, gets her finger roll to go, and it's 45-44 to California.
And just like it's a back and forth game, I said it's going to be a wild one. This one is going to go to the last second. California doing a great job sticking into this game.
Megan Smith, headlong pass to, that was Wolosik to Megan Smith. Megan Smith, 6 foot there with a great arm length there to get that ball up in the air over top of the California defender. IUP back up 46-45. Mia Kushan over to Shatara Parsons near side, comes center, free throw line jumper up and good. California retakes the lead 47-46.
Shatara Parsons really breaking out so far in this game. She's tied with Robinson with 16 points, both leading both teams.
A foul away from the ball here.
Foul's number 15, DJ Hahn.
Fouls on DJ Hahn, her first, team second. Kind of odd there, away from the ball. That shot misses everything, and DJ Hahn gets the rebound.
And this is the chance where California gets to extend that lead a little bit.
Basketball, a game of runs, but we haven't seen a run by any team. It's been back and forth so far pretty much all game. There might have been a 4 or 5 point run in the first half, as Bianca Jasper with 10 seconds on the shot clock works it near side. Now loses the ball, and up comes Appleby with her speed. Parsons getting in the way there, and Appleby misses the shot. Parsons there, even though she didn't touch the ball, she kind of scared Appleby into shooting it weird.
Appleby heard footsteps, and those footsteps were from none other than Shatara Parsons doing some great work. Doesn't have to get her hand on the ball, just has to make her presence known.
Bianca Jasper with 10 on the shot clock to DJ Hahn. Sporio, 2-pointer up, and it is no good. Rebounded there by Megan Smith. Rebounds, IUP leads 29-26 with 25 defensive rebounds.
Wow.
That pass is tipped, but Megan Smith gets it right back. They were trying to get that pass over the head there again, but this one's tipped out of bounds on a pass to Carolyn Appleby, and Mia Kushan got a hand on it. 8 seconds on the shot clock, Steve.
Yeah, IUP, they need to set something up. They like to work the ball, but with this much time, there it is.
A tough shot by Appleby with 3 seconds on the shot clock is no good. Kushan did a nice job of closing off the lane and setting her feet, so if Appleby hit her, it would have been a charging call. And Appleby had to take a tough shot. California still leading here as Sporio passes it off to Parsons. Parsons' shot no good, but is fouled and will go to the line.
And when Shatara Parsons' limbs go flying, there's going to be contact, Drew, somewhere. Her arm was held down a little bit. That's why that shot was kind of catapulted towards the net. And she's going to go to the line, hopefully extend this California lead.
Parsons has not made a foul shot yet today. She went 0 for 2 from the line in the first half. Her first is up and good. Extending Cal's lead 48-46. That was also Denman's first foul of the game. Parsons misses that one, and it's rebounded there by Megan Smith and gets it off to Carolyn Appleby. There's a hit there, and Sporio is on the ground still. California with 2 players, and Sporio's down the court, so she's kind of dazed and confused, doesn't know exactly where she is right now, but California gets the points from Mia Kushan, and California on a little bit of a run here, 50-46. Sporio's still not looking herself right now as she's finally jogging around. That shot no good, rebounded there by Kushan. Sporio, if I'm Coach Strom, I get her out of the game.
Yeah, that took them a long time to realize what was going on with Sporio. Sporio, she tried to get around. A pick was set by Robinson, and Sporio just flat out didn't see it coming. She went flying backwards, possibly hit her head because she got up and she just looked completely out of it, and she was walking around aimlessly. And surprisingly, it took the refs that long to realize what was going on with Sporio. That was just completely uncalled for by the referee.
She's laying on her back, not moving really, on the California side of the IUP side of the court, and nobody is calling a stoppage of play after
I heard
she got
some
clocked.
of the fans, when they saw Sporio get up looking a little dizzy, the fans were calling for the refs to do something here.
In any other sport, that's concussion protocol.
Right.
If you're walking around aimlessly, you don't know where you are, you stop play, you get somebody else in because that person needs some help. And, I saw, and this is not a sport anything like this, but I was at a Hershey Bears game, and there was a hit. It wasn't even that bad of a hit, but he hit his head on the ice, and when he got up, he had no idea where he was. He couldn't really skate anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
And the referees stopped play. That's what you do in that situation. Sporio getting 10-2 there by the training staff. Hahn with a good move, and California now on a big run here, 52-46, the biggest of the game.
About an 8-point run for California.
That shot no good by IUP, and IUP a little bit frustrated right now and confused as to what's going on.
Yeah.
California got that rebound, and Jasper with it now. Over now to Valacorsa. Back to Jasper. 3-pointer up and good. Bianca Jasper. What a shot. She was wide open and makes it count. California leads by 55-46. That's 9 points. And Tom McConnell doesn't know what to do, so he calls a timeout.
He had no choice but to call the timeout. That shot by DJ Hahn just added to it. Or no, was that Jasper? Jasper. Jasper hit the shot, and Tom McConnell just started shaking in his boots. A 9-point lead, all thanks to Bianca Jasper.
Bianca Jasper, 3 3-pointers so far today. She's shooting 20.6% coming into this game. She's having a great game, Steve, as you take a look at our social media.
All right, and as we just add to the excitement, you can keep up with the excitement on our YouTube Sports page as well as our YouTube News page, CUTV Sports 1, CUTV News Center. And keep up with us on Facebook and Twitter, California University of Pennsylvania, and at CUTV_PA. And, of course, our sports information, where you can find this game on the PSAC network, www.calvulcans.com. And a big shout-out and a big thank you, of course, to Matt Kiefer and his hard-working team over there on sports information.
Yeah, Matt Kiefer and his staff do a great job, and his grad assistant coming up here to give us the stats when after the quarters. Much appreciation to that. As California coming back, Coach Strom talking to the training staff there. We'll see if Abby Sporio gets to come back in or not. And it looks like she will.
I think
everything checks out and we're good to go.
You know, she could have just got the wind knocked out of her too. She felt pretty hard on her back.
Definitely very possible, as that is tipped and a pass from Griggs to Smith. California picks it up with 5 minutes to go in the contest. California up by 9. IUP hasn't lost yet. The only time they lost was in an exhibition game to Notre Dame. And that's not Notre Dame of Ohio.
Not Notre Dame.
No, that is Notre Dame.
Oh.
Like Division I.
Right.
In an exhibition contest, their first game of the season. And out of bounds, I believe, on California's Bianca Jasper. There was 2 seconds on the shot clock as well. Abby Sporio will check in for Gina Valacorsa, see how she can move on the court now. And Steve, if you're IUP, what do you need to do right now to get back into this game? You're down by 9 with under 5 minutes to go.
Honestly, I'd get Brittany Robinson back into the game. Yeah, she will, but she's into some foul trouble right now. I think she has 3. So, of course, you want to protect her for the end of the game, but get the ball into the hands of Appleby as well.
Megan Smith with a nice move there, but couldn't get the shot to fall, and Jasper gets the rebound.
Yeah, I mean, let Appleby take over. Appleby has 11 points, and when that ball was stopped running through Appleby, when this offense stopped running through Appleby, that is when California started to take this lead.
Parsons is 2 rebounds away from a double-double. She has 17 points so far in the contest. 5 seconds left to shoot the ball. As a travel here on Parsons. And unforced errors here, giving IUP another chance, and California has to go back on defense. As Denman now. And a foul called here on Bianca Jasper with a blocking foul. Her second foul, team's third. IUP now to inbound it from the near sideline. Denman bounces it over to Appleby on the back court. Working on Sporio, and Sporio doing a good job keeping up with her. A pass to Griggs, and Griggs gets it out. And that shot up no good, and rebounded there by Jasper. That was a shot by Lauren Wolosick.
And you know what, Anthony? IUP could very possibly be going cold at the absolutely worst time in this game.
The worst time to go cold at the end of the contest, as California holding here with 13 on the shot clock. Just taking a lot of time, and DJ Hahn able to get that pass as Jasper wasn't expecting a pass. 5 seconds to shoot. Jasper, 2-pointer up is no good, and it will be a shot clock violation as her shot hit the backboard and not the rim.
And that was a close one. It almost looked like it was right where the backboard meets the rim, but hits right off that backboard, and that's going to be a shot clock violation.
Hallie Denman now working in the paint. Shot up by Griggs, and IUP finally getting some points there as Griggs was wide open in the paint. Crimson Hawks call a timeout, and Tom McConnell trying to rally the troops here, down 55-48 with 2:46 left to go.
I mean, California, I think, on an 11-point run at that point. California was down 46-44. Or I'm sorry, 46-44, and came back 11-0 run. We didn't see many runs in this game, but we did see the biggest one of the night from California, and they have the lead with it.
IUP, if they were to win today, they would tie the program record for the longest win streak, and that's 16 wins. And that came the start of the 1990-2000 season. And right now, if it ended right now, that would end today.
Of course. And, a big ups to IUP for even doing something like that. A 15 win streak right now is just very, very impressive.
I mentioned in the pregame, the last time these two teams met, Steve, it was in Shippensburg for the PSAC state championship game. California couldn't come away with a victory. They lost 84-79, and that's something they remember there. They lost a player to injury in that game, and they lost Mickey Glenn a few games before to Edinburgh. So the core you're seeing right now is kind of the team that was playing against IUP there.
Yeah. For the most part, yeah. You had DJ Hone, you had Tara Parsons, you had Abby Sporio.
Only person you didn't have was Bianca Jasper.
Well, Couchon as well, right? Or was Mia Couchon on the team now?
Mia Couchon was there. No, I don't think she was. I think she was a transfer.
Right.
As IUP's three-pointer up, no good, and it's tipped and rebounded there. No travel there as they bobbled the ball.
Yep. As
Appleby driving in here, gets that pass off to Griggs, and that shot blocked by Parsons, who gets it right in her hands.
Impressed she got that block. Very rare. You get the block, and then it cleanly comes back into your hands.
As Bianca Jasper working here, Parsons now, and will be fouled as she was going for the ball. That's on number 40, Lexi Griggs. That is her fourth, and team second.
And Anthony, come to think of it, I think you had Sierra Barrett on the court as well. The last time these two teams faced.
Yep, Sierra Barrett was out there. Not anymore. As Jasper gets it off to Couchon. Couchon gets through the defense and gets it off to Parsons. Parsons is fouled, and IUP is now intentionally fouling to try to get this ball back.
And you know what? With the way California is shooting their free throws, you got to think IUP's doing this so early before the end of the game, because if you think about 2 minutes left, it's pretty early to intentionally foul them as well. They do have some fouls to spare.
2 fouls to give for IUP, and a foul coming here on Carolyn Appleby. That is her fourth. Not somebody you want to have foul out with a minute and 53 left.
That wasn't intentional either.
And that was away from the ball. You don't want to foul until the ball is inbounded. And Parsons with it now double teamed and loses the ball. IUP picks it up. Up comes Appleby. Appleby will be fouled by Shatara Parsons, and she will go to the line to shoot 2.
Not someone you want to foul either. Appleby, she drives in with speed. It's hard not to foul her.
That is Shatara Parsons' fourth foul. Also not somebody you want to have foul out with a minute and 43 left. Appleby misses the foul shot. Appleby is 83.3% from the free throw line. She's 2 of 3 today after missing that one. And she makes her second. 1 of 2 from the line in that round. As Sporia working across here. As she was zigzagging across the court, getting the ball off to Bianca Jasper. Over to DJ Hahn. Hahn driving in, going to Parsons. California playing some keep away now. Bianca Jasper with it now, guarded there. And gets it off. And will be fouled by Megan Smith. That is her third.
That was number 42, Megan Smith. That's her third.
Bianca Jasper getting crowded now by the team of Vulcans.
2 shots.
Jasper to the line to shoot 2. Bianca Jasper has not made a foul shot today because she hasn't shot any. She's 60% coming into this game. Jasper, shot up is no good.
This one's going to come down to the wire, definitely. Bianca Jasper can't make this one.
As that one is up, and it is good. Off the rim and the backboard helping it back in.
For a second, my heart stopped there. That ball bounced straight up. Didn't think it would go in, but it did.
Appleby over now to Wolosik. Guarded by Sporio. Wolosik losing her dribble. Getting it off to Denman. Denman working in the paint. Bounce it off to Griggs. Shot up and good. Timeout, Tom McConnell.
And for a second, I thought IUP was going to work that perimeter, try to get a shot off, but they go inside. Just they need the points. They can't risk forcing those shots beyond the arc.
5-point difference here. IUP down 56-51. The number 2 team in the country possibly getting upset by the number 14 team in the country. California was up in the rankings. They were number 10. They dropped to 14 after losing to unranked Seton Hill.
Yeah, and that's, California doesn't lose that game. They stay at the number 10 spot. And now they're at the number 14 spot. Everyone has that game, and, I wouldn't really even call this one an upset if California comes away with the win.
Oh, this is just tough, hard for
on the
basketball.
Numbers, right, yeah. The numbers, yes. The 10 team beating the number 2 team. Of course, it is on paper an upset, but this California team is good.
Slippery Rock finally taking the lead over UPJ, 58-55. That is a barn burner there in UPJ with 2:45 left to go in the contest. California picks up the ball, and Bianca Jasper gets it out to Kushan. 1 minute left to go, and Kushan gets fouled by Lauren Wolosik. Her second.
California took away a decent chunk of time. Very elusive play getting away from the IUP defenders.
58 seconds left to go in this contest. California trying to pull off the upset here. Kushan, her first is up and good. Kushan, not somebody you want to send to the foul line, as she is really good from the free throw line. California's men's team waiting to come onto the court there in the far wings as California extends their lead 58-51 with 55 seconds left to go. Appleby with a dribble behind the back, cuts through the defense, shot up and good. 58-53. Jasper working through the defense. And a timeout called by California there.
Smart timeout by Coach Strom. She knows what she's doing. Right before Bianca Jasper was about to get fouled, she calls that timeout. But Bianca Jasper cutting some time off the clock, just cutting through the little small spaces through that IUP defense.
5-point game still. California, if they miss these foul shots and IUP comes back down the court, it's still anyone's game, Steve.
Absolutely. There's a lot of time left, 44.6 seconds left. A lot of time for IUP, who has been pretty decent from the three-point, from beyond the arc, from three. They have a chance to come right back into this game, but California, it's all up to them to stay strict on defense and nail their foul shots.
Coach Strom electing not to move the court to the other side of the court. She keeps it in the California territory. As Jasper needing somewhere to pass to, she goes to DJ Hahn. Hahn gets off to Kushan, up to Jasper. Jasper working here, killing some time before getting fouled. I believe this is on Denman and brings Jasper to the line.
Number 23,
it is Hallie Denman. 38.5 seconds left to go. Steve, they killed some more. Good time.
Yeah, they could have killed even more. Jasper had a clean pass. It looked like to DJ Hahn across the court, tried to split some defense. Her first shot's made over to DJ Hahn. Could have killed some more, but don't want to risk long pass like that in this kind of situation.
59-53 with 38.5 seconds left to go. Jasper's second is good as well. 60-53 now. Up to Hallie Denman now. IUP's got to score fast now. Denman working here, loses her footing there and gets it off to Wolosik. Wolosik over now to Smith, 4-3. Shot no good, misses everything. Rebounded by DJ Hahn. And they get it to Kushan, and they finally foul her. Appleby fouls out. She is done.
And IUP struggling to get a foul called there. California just going right past them. IUP unable to get a foul called until about 19.7 seconds left. Unbelievable.
And if you're the men's team watching this game in the wings, you've got to get pumped up now.
Oh, yeah.
Like
big motivation.
Number 14 team beating the number 2 team in the country. That's huge motivation there, especially for a rival. Kushan makes her first. It's 61-53. And the number 2 team in the country looking like they are going down here in California. Kushan second, nothing but net. It's a 9-point game with 19 seconds left. Wolasic driving, gets it off to Griggs. No foul there by Parsons. The shot no good. Parsons gets it, goes up to DJ Hahn. California will hold. IUP will not foul. And down goes the number 2 team in the country. They were not there for very long.
Absolutely not. California doing what they love to do and just crushing the hopes and dreams of this IUP Crimson Hawks team.
Beating them by 9, 62-53. Steve, what got California to win this game in the second half? They were down by 1 to start the second half.
They hit their shots in the second half. They didn't play sloppy. Only maybe 1 or 2 calls were called for traveling, and that was a big thing that, kind of slowed them down in the first half. And of course, Crimson Hawks, California played a lot better in the second half than the first half. Crimson Hawks, they couldn't make their shots in the last 4 minutes of the game.
California getting 17 points off of IUP's 20 turnovers. Also, California shooting 41.1% from the field. That is much better than what they were at the beginning of the game in the first half. So congratulations to the California Vulcan women losing the Seton Hill, coming back with a vengeance against this IUP team. The number 2 team in the country falls 62-53 in California. Thank you all for watching this game on CUTV and the PSAC Sports Network, and also listening on the Vulcan Sports Radio Network. Thanks to Stephen Ruffing, my color analyst, Gary Smith, the director and producer, and everyone on the CUTV staff. And also thank you to our engineer back in the station, Evan Peffer, doing a great job keeping us on the airwaves on WCAL. Thank you all for watching and listening. I'm Anthony D'Agostino. Have a great day, everybody.